Hello everyone and welcome to a new disc golf video. Today I have the Kahle LaVisca Strider in the 500 plastic. This is a new mid-range from Prodigy. I'm going to be throwing it and trying it out for the very first time in today's video. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the profile of the Strider here a little bit. It's pretty rounded as a mid-range. It's got a little bit of dome to it. I would really compare it to a Mako 3. Now the biggest differences between a Strider and a Mako 3 is that the Strider has a bit of a more severe drop-off off the rim, which makes it more stable, and also will make it a bit faster. It'll cut through the air a bit more than a Mako 3. The other thing I need to note about this mid-range is that it is a beadless mid-range, and it is designed by Kahle LaVisca, who's known for being a really good mid-range thrower. So I'm looking forward to throwing this disc in this video. The 500 plastic feels great. I believe it's out in 500 and 400 plastic right now. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the flight. Okay, so I'm going to be throwing this on hyzer flat and anhyzer. We're going to see how it responds. So yeah, let's go ahead and throw the Strider for the very first time. Wow, that was really good. Okay, so my first throw with the Strider, it has a lot of glide and it's pretty fast for a mid-range. Obviously we had some headwind there. Very straight flight, good glide, stayed in the air for a long way. Had a good fade to it. We're going to hit it flat on the way back and we'll see how it responds. A little bit of hyzer on that release, but that's a really good flight. Okay, so we hit that with hyzer, no headwind on the way back, pretty much no wind right now, and it pushed pretty straight, but it also hyzered a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to throw the Strider as flat as I can here. I'm interested to see if it'll turn or mostly hold straight and fade. We'll kind of see how it responds. Well, that pretty much went dead straight. It was a little low, but I mean, I released it flat and it went dead straight. So that was really impressive. So now I'm going to go ahead and throw the Strider with anhyzer. I expect it to hold the whole way and finish flat. It seems to be flying pretty neutral, kind of whatever angle you put it on, it's going to hold. So I'm going to put it on some anhyzer here. I expect it to hold the whole way. Wow. I mean, you can't really ask much more in a mid-range. This mid-range is pretty much the total package. I mean, I was expecting great things. I mean, Kahle LaVisca designing a mid-range, this is pretty much what I expected, like something super good. And I'm really impressed. I'm going to throw the Strider on a lot of hyzer here, and I'm going to see if it pushes on that hyzer or dumps, or kind of how it responds to a lot of hyzer on a good, powerful line. All right, so I put it on some good hyzer. I mean, it did stand up a little bit, but it just pushed, and it kept pushing on that angle. It's really just a straight disc. I mean, you can get it to hyzer, you can get it to anhyzer. It's so workable. He crushed it. I mean, this is so good. What? Okay, so the Kahle LaVisca Strider. I gotta say, I'm impressed. I expected great things from this disc, coming from one of the best mid-range throwers in the world, designing his own mid-range. I mean, I knew the Strider was going to be a solid disc. I just wasn't sure what kind of mid-range Kahle LaVisca was going for. And he really just went with kind of a do-it-all mid-range. This is good for pretty much all types of players. I think the faster arm speeds could probably get more understable flights out of this disc. But the majority of players, this can be your go-to mid-range, the do-it-all, neutral, point-and-shoot mid-range. It feels great in the hand. Prodigy always does a great job with their premium plastics. 500 is one of my personal favorites. Once people discover this disc and learn a lot about it, I think the Strider is going to be one of the more popular mid-ranges on the market. Right now, it is still really new, and I don't think very many people know about it. But designed by one of the smoothest throwers in the world, this mid-range is anything you could want. I'm extremely impressed. I think this Strider will end up going in my bag. Right now I have a Mako 3, which is getting pretty understable. I think this is going to be in my bag as kind of my go-to mid-range. I mean, I was just throwing it on effortless lines and every flight was just super pure. And I think Kahle LaVisca and Prodigy did a really good job with this disc. You can pick it up on Prodigy's website or your local retailer, but the Strider, man, really impressive disc. I enjoyed my time throwing it today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.